What are some famous examples of traditional Irish clothing? If you have ever wondered about the clothing that reflects the rich culture of Ireland, you are in for a treat. Traditional Irish clothing is not just about fashion, it tells stories of history and heritage. Let's take a closer look at some famous examples that have stood the test of time. For men, one of the key garments is the Léine. This long tunic typically reaches the ankles but can be hitched up for practicality. It was often paired with truas, which are trousers that provide comfort and ease of movement. Another important piece is the brat, a heavy wool cloak worn over the Léine. This versatile garment served as both outerwear and even bedding at night. On their heads, men might wear a beryad or bayarade, which are types of caps or hats that indicated social status. Footwear was usually made of brog, traditional Irish shoes that were practical for everyday wear. Women's traditional clothing also featured the Léine, often worn ankle-length and gathered at the waist with a craiús, a woven belt. Over this, women would wear the brat cloak and a gunna, which is a type of dress. And married women typically wore their hair plaited and uncovered, while married women covered their heads with items like the lin cool. Aprons were common too, often worn over wool or linen dresses for practical purposes. The materials used in traditional Irish clothing were primarily natural fibers such as wool and linen. These fabrics were well suited to Ireland's damp and cool climate. Wool was particularly important, especially for garments like the brat cloak. One of the most iconic pieces of Irish clothing today is the Aran sweater. While it originated in the early 20th century, it has become a symbol of Irish heritage. These sweaters are hand-knit from wool and feature unique stitches that carry symbolic meanings. For example, the cable stitch represents fishermen's ropes, while the diamond stitch symbolizes Irish fields. Irish tweed, especially from Donegal, is another essential fabric. This woolen fabric is used for jackets and cloaks and has a long history as a home-based craft. When you travel in Ireland, you might see traditional clothing during cultural festivals or historical reenactments. Items like the brat cloak, Léine, and Aran sweater are often highlighted as symbols of Irish identity. Accessories like the craiús belt and head coverings provide a glimpse into social customs from centuries past. In summary, famous examples of traditional Irish clothing include the Léine, brat, and truas for men, and the Léine, brat, and gunna for women. The Aran sweater and Irish tweed fabrics also representing significant aspects of Irish textile traditions. These garments reflected Ireland's climate, materials, and social customs, remaining important cultural symbols today.